So therefore, we must think about the positive qualities of our mother. So our mother kept us in her stomach right from the day one of the conception. And then 9 months and 10 days, she kept us in her stomach. And during those 9 months, she was very careful for us. She takes care, she controls her diet, she controls her physical movements, and she even controls how to sleep so that the baby doesn't get hurt, right? And then after giving birth, while giving the birth, mother has suffered a lot. That is also for us. And then after giving the birth, how very kindly she took care of us. We must think all this kindness. And then she always tried to give. Sometimes some mothers, they might have committed crimes just to make us happy, to give more comfortable for us. Okay, she give up her problem. She's ready to face any kind of problems for us. That kind of kindness. We first think about this life's mother, and then that should be applied for our past lives mothers. Those mothers who gave birth in our past lives. Even when we would have taken many rebirths in animals, and during that time, even those animal mothers are how kindness to their children we can see in the zoo, and maybe if you have pet dogs, you can see them, right? Even the birds, how they take care of their babies. So that is normally the mother's kind. So we must think about her kindness right from the beginning. And sometimes even if the mothers, they're very old, they become old, and the children are grown up and they are successful in their job or business, still they are worrying about their children. Sometimes these children we feel, oh, these mothers are very disturbing, they're trying to interfere. But it is sometimes uncomfortable for the children, but that is also out of kindness. Okay, so we must, right from the day that she gave birth or conception time till her death, normally she loves us. Okay, she takes care of us. That is to be taught. We must contemplate the kindness of mother, and then we must apply this to all sentient beings while they have been our mothers, how kindness they have been to us. Okay? So, but before training our mind towards recognizing all beings as mother, we must practice equanimity. So because sometimes, okay, we understand all beings might have been our mothers, but this is my enemy in this life. Okay? So he or she must have been very kind to me at that time. I don't see that. But this time anyway, this man is my enemy. So it's difficult to, how I can think his or her kindness. He has been so rude, he has been so harmful, and so forth. So for that, is difficult to think of his or her kindness. So for that reason, we first think about the equanimity. For that, there are two ways of contemplating equanimity. Equanimity is sometimes, there are two ways. One way is that you visualize one friend and one neutral person, right, in front of you. And then you must contemplate, think about the nature of the beings. And the other way is, first you visualize one neutral person in front of you, and then contemplate on him. Okay. So, for example, now if you visualize one neutral person in front of you, then at that time you should think that, oh, this man in this life is neutral. He hasn't harmed me, he hasn't benefited me, he has done nothing to me. But in my previous lifetime, he must have been my friend. Sometimes he must have been my friend. Sometimes he must have been my father. Sometimes he must have been my mother. Those days he must have dedicated himself for my welfare. So he had been so kind to me. So we must think about his kindness in this way, okay? And then you become convinced that this man, this neutral man, this time he is neutral to me, but in previous times he has been very kind to me. So when you are well convinced, then you can think of enemy. Enemy, you visualize one of your enemies in front of you, and then, okay, this time he has hurted me, he has done bad things to me, but that is out of his ignorance. And then similar way you must think that, previous lifetimes he must have done this, okay? So in that way, slowly you will be convinced on the enemy also. Then your friend is not that difficult to think about the kindness of your friend, right? So then when you become quite convinced with these three objects, and you feel equally, how do you say? You feel equally that they have been kind to you equally, and then you can think of more people, like the people, for example, us, all the members of this center. They have been all very kind to me, and then you can go a little further. The people in Singapore, and then Indonesia, Malaysia, and then further, and the whole world, and then the whole universe, like that. So in that way, you can recognize all beings as your mother, and you can recall the kindness of all beings when they have been your mother. Okay? So that is the second point. And then the third one is then thinking of repaying the kindness. Okay? So now all these my previous lives, all sentient beings have been very kind to me. But what I did to them, I couldn't do anything. I haven't done anything for them. So I must think of repaying their kindness. If I don't think about repaying their kindness, then I become very irresponsible person. And I become very thankless person, which is not good. So I must repay their kindness. So then you train your mind that I want to repay their kindness.